Munich, yes, the BRC came up with some figures yesterday which look, to be, for me, fairly modest from what you've been talking about on Fridays.
Yes.
Anyway, annual inflation accelerated at 8.9%. That's up from 8.4%. Seems a bit low on the low side. Food inflation continued to skyrocket in March, rising to 15% from 14.5% in February. Now, a lot of this, of course, has been caused last month by grocery supply shortages, particularly from North Africa, and also the disrupted crop growth significantly. So fresh food prices soared by 17%, up from 16.3%. This is clearly a worry. The most important thing that we can't see is when this is going to abate, because the sun's not going to be high on the horizon now for probably another 2 months. So I suspect the inflation that was posted by the Office of National Statistics of 12.4% is, sorry, I beg your pardon, 10.4% is unlikely to come down as quickly as people would like.
Time for one more headline of your choosing.
Well, I think basically we also look at Next, one of our favourites. Next has done pretty well, really. It's posted some trading sales are up 8.4% in 2023. Profit before tax was up 5.7% at 807.4 million. The dividend was 206p, and that's pretty good. The share price has actually risen by 12.5% since the beginning of the year. And in the face of inflation, the way we're going, I think what's happened with Lord Simon Wilson's company is quite excellent.
David Buick is markets commentator from Aquis Exchange. Thank you for that, David. We'll talk finance, of course, through the course of this week at 7:41. There is a financial, certainly a business imperative for our next conversation. Royal Mail has given its trade unions 48 hours to accept a below-inflation pay deal amid claims the company's British arm is at the risk of collapse. The firm is reported to have put forward a slightly improved offer on the table on Friday after its 9% pay rise was not backed by the CWU, that's the Communication Workers Union. It's understood the revised terms do not meet long-held demands for a no-strings, inflation-based wage increase. John Taylor, former Chief Executive of ACAS, that's of course the government body for workplace dispute resolution, joins me now. These headlines, such as Royal Mail strikers told company could go bust, or is closure threat the end of Royal Mail? How valid are the headlines in your view, Mr. Taylor? Good morning.
Good morning. I don't know. I mean, I know as much as you do. I mean, I think what you've got to remember about the dispute, that there are three parties to the dispute. There's the employer, the workforce of the union, and of course the customer. And what's happened with Royal Mail is that the way in which people respond to their product has completely changed, hasn't it? Because if you think since the invention of the telephone, the number of letters has been going down. Mm-hmm. And of course with email and all of that, it's gone down dramatically. But any business, generally cross-subsidises another one, another part of the business. So I am sort of surprised at the vitriol of that comment.
Royal Mail has failed to hit first-class delivery targets every year since 2017. Next month, the Daily Express points out the price of a first-class stamp will go above £1, above £1. Is there a business here?
Well, that's the critical question, isn't it? I mean, what you've got to remember, as I was saying, the volume of letters has been going down. But of course, what's happened with the pandemic is it's completely changed customer attitude, because people who used to think and just accept that people would work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, that's completely changed now. So I think people expect a service 24/7. And that's not something that the Royal Mail have ever done. And I think we've got to face up to the new reality.
John Taylor, you were Chief Executive of ACAS. Thank you, the government body for workplace dispute resolution. Here's a question for you. When did you last write or receive a letter? I don't mean possibly your credit card statement in the bank, or a note telling you that you're overdrawn, or a letter from the gas board, or your council tax, or whatever it might be. When did you last write a letter, put a stamp on it, go down to the post box and shove it in the mail? Or indeed, when did you last get home and there's an envelope, yes, believe it or not, a handwritten envelope with your name, Arthur Barnes, 27 station cuttings, Isha, whatever it might be. When did you last send a letter? And how can you have any trust in an organisation that has failed to hit first-class delivery targets every year since 2017? I'm assuming that includes 2022. I don't know if it's in 2022. And they charge you more than £1 to put that sticky stamp on, which are now... Have you seen the size of stamps now? They're huge. Funny enough, I wrote a note. I wrote a letter only this week, yesterday, posted it. Huge, takes off the envelope. But when did you last, because that I sense is the failure, when did you last get or send a letter? 7:45, LBC News headlines, Thomas Watts.
Ministers are to be given the power to veto the release of some murderers, rapists and terrorists. Disused military barracks and barges could be used to house migrants under government proposals. The comedian and presenter Paul O'Grady has died aged 67. LBC weather, most areas seeing some rain and brighter spells, a high of 15 degrees.
LBC Travel, I'm Joanne Webb. Long delays continue on the A1M in County Durham, southbound, junction 60 at Bradbury, and that's all down to an accident. In West Yorkshire, queues on the M1 northbound to junction 40 at Wakefield. A car broke down earlier. It's now been recovered, but it's still very slow. In Warwickshire, there are delays on the M42 southbound to junction 10 at the A5, and that's because of a load of debris across the road earlier. The M11 in Essex, still very busy northbound to junction 7A at Harlow. That was after an accident, but all the lanes are now back open. There's a line-side fire right near to Maidenhead, which is causing problems on the trains. It means that Great Western Railway can't run at Maidenhead, and the Elizabeth line is suspended.
LBC. Okay, everyone, this food looks great, but the photos really need some work.
Dev's new culinary magazine is launching soon. He needs a food photographer to help get them amazing exposure.
Okay, let's find someone who'll do these dishes justice.
Indeed can help him find great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsor a job on Indeed to unlock more tools that save you time and help you hire quality candidates. To start hiring, visit Indeed.com/try today.
Call Nick Ferrari now. 0345 6060 973 LBC.
Did you know that the UK government can support you with more than just your energy bills? On the Help for...